Fairfax is an amazing place. It is huge. We're the 12th largest system in the nation, 170,000 children from about 200 different countries of the world. They speak about 120 different native languages, but internally people refer to it as a Fairfax family.
I call this public hearing on the fiscal year 2011 budget to order.
I thought it was pretty important because all those people were there and they were talking about how they don't want stuff to be cut. So I realized it was pretty important. And then there was a bunch of people in table lined up and they all seemed like they were in some sort of meeting.
Right now, our budget is the proposed budget that Dr. Dale shared with us January 7. When we vote on the budget February 4, it becomes the advertised budget, and that is the budget we will send to the Board of Supervisors.
I didn't really know what was going on at all. I kind of just thought that I was just doing a little speech. I didn't know that it was on TV or anything. And once I look back at it now, 4 years later, I realized that it was a big deal because at that time they were about to cut the language and other programs.
Bacon families for spinach immersion.
I love spinach.
I love spinach. Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.
That debate was incredibly tough at the office because it hit at, first of all, what our mission was as World Languages Office in Fairfax County Public Schools. It hit on a personal level to where I knew teachers who would be extremely, their livelihood would be affected by the cuts. And then on another level, it was too knowing that these would be budget cuts that we may never recover from.
Defining moment in our advocacy was at the public hearings that we did, and we went at this with a very organized approach to actually have a strategy where we pulled in speakers from all different backgrounds.
Tonight we have 108 speakers, and our first 21 speakers are students. We typically have students speak before the adults speak.
People who were interested in FLES, immersion, people from embassies, from the Chamber of Commerce, the State Department. We had students coming.
There are many things I hope to do, and learning Japanese is one of them. I hope you will keep this program. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Liam Bates.
I didn't really know what was going on. I just stood up there. It was pretty easy because I had no idea what I was doing. But I just stood there and read my speech as if I were practicing at home.
Liam?
Marhaban, Ana Ismi, Liam Bates. I am in first grade at Sleepy Hollow Elementary School. I love my Arabic class and my teacher, Mr. Simi. I have learned a lot in only 6 months. Please continue to fund the foreign language in elementary schools. It is important for me to learn foreign language. Please do not take it away from me or my little brother or sister. I know you have a hard job to decide, but my Arabic class is really important to me. Shukran. And now, my friend Max.
At first, I sort of felt a little bit nervous, like I was looking up, but then I realized that everybody was staring at me, and there was like all these cameras on me. So I kind of just looked down at my speech and said it. And when I was done, I looked up, and then everybody started clapping for me, and then I felt a little bit more confident than I did when I got up on the podium first.
That's okay, just go ahead.
Marhaban. That means hello in Arabic. Good evening. My name is Max, and I am in first grade at Sleepy Hollow. This year I am studying Arabic at my school, and I really like it. Please don't take it away.
Thank you, Max.
We had probably over 100 speakers that came out, and they all made really good arguments. They attacked it. They came at it from different angles and used what we tried to have is intelligent arguments, maybe about what the research showed, or culturally why this is important, globally why it's important, just as many different perspectives as we could have.
Language instruction is critical for the future. Immersion is no doubt a proven and innovative program, and it does attract people to Fairfax County.
We voted you into office with the understanding that you will provide that quality of education, and we will be watching you as how you vote on this year's budget. 30 years ago, my wife and I moved here from the metro New York area, and one of the primary incentives for us in such a move was the quality of education that we had heard about here in Fairfax County.
I feel so fortunate that Fairfax County schools now place a higher emphasis on learning foreign languages, with achievement goals stating that all graduates be able to communicate in 2 or more languages and that they have understanding of different cultures.
Our competitor there had a team that spoke German, and the presentation was in German. I lost business because I did not speak a foreign language.
We moved to the DC area about 2 years ago, and when we came out here, we moved to Falls Church, specifically to go to Bailey's Elementary School so that my daughter could go to that school because of the Spanish immersion program. While it's great that a kid is learning to speak Spanish or French or whatever, I don't know what the flags means. Is that good? Bad? Good.
They're just standing up to support you.
Okay, gotcha.
They're showing that they support you.
I don't know. I thought I got filibustered. Okay.
No.
One of the other things that we did is we decided we needed to have a name for our group, so we named it Fairfax Flags, which stands for Foreign Language Advocacy for Grade Schools. And we even at some point we came up with a magnet that we sold to people for $5, and they drove all around Fairfax County with this magnet on their car, and we actually had some people contacting us just based on, hey, we saw this magnet on a car. Tina and I had complementary skill sets because I had been following the budget for a couple of years. I had gotten familiar with the school board members, I'd built contacts, I learned about the budget process, I'd been to a lot of public hearings and spoken in the past, so we were able to work really well together. One of the things that we did I thought made a good impression is we started our very first meeting, showed up with PowerPoint presentations, and it made us look very professional.
I have a feeling some of what I'm going to say isn't going to be too popular with a couple of the groups in the room, but my view on all of this is that we should be funding core services. Core services being the things that help kids learn math, history, reading, science. Those are the core services. That's what they're going to school to learn.
Please keep that spark for those kids who need it for language or for art or for music. We need to be more than just the core. We've got to be bigger than that, and you've done a good job so far. Thank you.
It's possible to save money and programs through innovative thinking. Here's a perfect example. Colvin Run Elementary School in Vienna has a contract with Rosetta Stone's language program that costs them $7 grand a year and serves nearly 1,000 students. Families choose from not 1, but 25 languages and access the program from home or at school through the school's website. That's a solution for language delivery direct from the grassroots. You cannot expect to replace FLES with the after-school fee-based FLEX program or Rosetta Stone. FLEX offers an introduction but no continuity. FLES is taught during the school day and reinforces core curriculum content.
Oak Hill is a FLES school, one of 9 elementary schools in Fairfax County that teaches Chinese. An additional 21 elementary schools teach other world languages.
FLES stands for Foreign Language in the Elementary School. And we have 32 schools in Fairfax County that actually offer world languages instruction using this model. And with a FLES model, the language teacher comes into the classroom twice a week and delivers a 30-minute lesson. The elementary lesson is tied to the core content curriculum.
¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien, gracias.
¿Y usted?
In this class, we're going to take it to a new level where they answer questions on how they like to travel. And they will use creative answers using different forms of transportation. We'll also connect it with culture, showing the children here how transportation is done in other countries, targeting Spanish-speaking countries.
Me gusta viajar en carro.
Me gusta viajar en tren. No me gusta viajar en camión.
¿Cómo estás?
Estoy feliz.
Me gusta viajar. ¿Cómo te gusta viajar?
Me gusta viajar en avión. ¿Cómo estás?
Estoy feliz.
¿Cómo te gusta viajar?
Me gusta viajar en carro.
If you think of language learning on a continuum from you're just a beginner to you're a native speaker, it moves those kids along that continuum nicely. They probably don't acquire as much academic competency as our immersion students do, but for you're working half an hour twice a week, you are putting them on that path of language acquisition with the final result is that they become bilingual and global citizens.
صباح الخير أطفال. كيف الحال؟ ممتاز.
No, there's nothing wrong with your TV. These third grade students are speaking Arabic. Beech Tree Elementary School in Falls Church is one of 32 schools participating in the Foreign Language in the Elementary School program, or FLES, where students develop skills in a foreign language beginning in the first grade.
There were times in November, December that I just felt like, you know, I felt like it was not going to happen.
From the teacher's perspective, because in my position I work very closely with the teachers, I train them, I watch them teach. It was incredibly hard to know that they are going through some very insecure times, not knowing whether they will have jobs the following year if the program were to be cut. So that was always difficult in meetings. I always did my best to answer all the questions and everything truthfully, but one thing I could not take from them was that fear of really what am I going to do next year.
So what I did was reach out to the FLES teachers at all the schools. I emailed them and I said, you know, I am trying to lead up this effort. I need more parents, more FLES parents to help me. So please, you know, get involved as much as you can, and the teachers were somewhat limited in how they could advocate, but they could put me in touch with other parents who were concerned, parents who had been active, parents who had volunteered in their classes. They could let me know about students who were particularly excited about the FLES program. So they were able to help me behind the scenes and get involved, and they came to our meetings, they came to the public hearings, and even though the teachers themselves were discouraged, I think, from speaking publicly and letting or deliberately advocating, they were still able to help me get in touch with other parents and students.
Well, what I've achieved is I have achieved learning, partially learning a new language, and learning that not only one language is spoken. All languages are spoken, and that's what diversity is basically.
أنا أستيقظ. أنا أكون فطور. أنا أذهب إلى مدرسة. أنا أكون غداء. أنا أذهب إلى منزل. أنا أكون عشاء. أنا أنام.
Thank you, Falls Church!
Like, I want to keep the FLES program in my school, and I just want to, it was really fun, so I wouldn't want it taken away from me.
Shita, Kharif, Saif, Rahiba, Feliz, Al-Mufad, Hal-Hoa, Shita.
It was just a really good feeling to not only, you know, save the program for my child, but to save these teachers' jobs, to enable them to do what they love doing, and to let other kids have access to this. A lot of kids, their parents don't know they're getting it, and it's something that's going to benefit them down the road, and I feel really good about that personally.